What's cooking, everyone? My name's The Chef's Life and welcome back to another Minecraft video on the channel, where today I kind of just wanted to make a quick video on some things relating to the new content drop that's coming out, which has to do with the copper golems, or actually more specifically the copper golem statues and the new shelf block, because it is just such an amazing new kind of addition, which so far a lot of people have been utilizing more or have been more excited about its sort of usage when it comes to buildings. So that is what I'm going to be showing off today, because I kind of just wanted to hype up this update a little bit. And so yeah, we're going to just showcase a bunch of builds. And so starting off, I want to show off these sort of pedestal designs that I made using the pale oak shelves, as well as a, just any block really, since you won't really see it, but primarily something that's probably like a whitish block or like a quartz pillar like I have right there. As you can see, I have a display of the new copper golem statues in all 4 of the different positions you can have them in. And over here we kind of have like just a standard kind of little shelving kind of thing with the books and the lectern, and we have of course the functioning display of items with the new shelves, and we actually are using the shelves right here to sort of hold up more things, right? And of course all around you can see that I have the quartz pillars around with the traditional quartz pillar blocks, as well as the pale oak shelves making the little rim around the top and the bottom. And yeah, so it's really nice. So I'm gonna go in the back of the build over here to show off that there are sort of more designs you can go with. Here's for the pedestal design, or maybe like a taller one. We have just the normal pillar that you can build, as well as the thicker kind of pillar that you can make. We have some colorful pillars, as well as some more rustic pillars. This one would look good in like some jungle builds. And yeah, just a lot of possibilities you could do with these shelves. So yeah, I'm going to show off more of that over here. We have these sort of fire pits and fire braziers. These right here are the fire braziers. Here are the fire pits. So you can have campfires in the middle and have it surrounded by the shelves. Makes for a nice little fire pit thing. And then we have the fire braziers over here, which you could just pretty much just have any kind of light block, like a redstone lamp or a lectern, or sorry, not a lectern, a lantern. And then we have the campfires, which I think the campfires look probably the best, especially for like temple-ish builds. Over here, we're going to kind of skip over this fountain. Over here, we have some pottery or planters. We have a bamboo one, which of course would go well in jungle builds. We have a rustic one for like medieval or more torn down builds. We have a modern kind of bush planter. Over here, we have like a cutesy planter. This is probably my favorite one, to be honest. I like the azalea on top of the podzol, surrounded by the pink shelves. Of course, you can also do some big ones like this cherry blossom surrounded by the crimson, or just any type, of course. You definitely go for any kind of look. But yeah, so very, very peaceful. So over here we have a couple of furniture related things. Right here we have a bed frame. This is kind of the best I could do, trying to use any type of positioning with the shelves. I could just remove that and it just kind of looks awkward. Maybe slabs could go well here. Maybe some stairs, and grab some stairs. We'll do this and see if this looks better. Yeah, that probably looks a bit better. Maybe if you put wool in the back right here to actually look even better, just so it doesn't look tall from this position. Over here I have a new chair design, or a throne design, whatever you want it to be. You can remove the banner and it'll just look like this, a plain old chair. But I think with the banner, it kind of makes it look more like a throne. Up to you. I just kind of picked purple. Of course, it could be red or any kind of color you want. Of course, any kind of wood color you want as well. So yeah, very cool. And over here we have some new barrel designs, which I think would look really nice depending on the certain aspect of the builds you want to have. Like maybe the ores for like a mining area, some mud maybe for like a kind of like a pottery, like a mason kind of place. And we have, maybe you could pretend these are like cannonballs or pieces of coal. Yeah, then we have that, and then we have resin. Of course, these are the best kind of blocks you want to use. Maybe even just water. Simple water could just do. Just for a kind of more detailed barrel kind of look. Very squished, but I think it definitely is just a bit better than using the traditional trap doors. Or I mean, you could use both, right? So let's see how they look next to each other. Yeah, I think this definitely gives off a better barrel vibe than the trap doors. So yeah, an actual functioning barrel, I think the trap or the shells would actually be a lot better. So one of the last things I want to show off over here is actually probably my favorite thing, and this is like this dining table area in the room. So we have a couple of things to show actually. So we have a table design using the spruce, what are these, spruce shells, and then the spruce slabs. Just have them placed in this kind of format, so just like that. slabs, and then yeah, you could extend the table. And over here we have simpler chair designs. Of course, if you want the bigger ones, you might have to destroy all this and then kind of give them the space, since you kind of need the space in order to put them like that. Oops, let's just do that. Yeah, that looks a bit cooler. So you probably have to have a spacious area in order to do this kind of design. And you know what? That actually looks a lot better than just kind of how I had it set up. So yeah, this is really cool. I really love this new shelf block. It has so much potential in the building kind of aspect of the game. Of course, we have the kind of walls, and you can have the shelves really up close. Yeah, you know, it's not as thick as like a slab. It's like 5-ish pixels wide, where if it was a slab, a vertical slab, like many people have wanted, it'd be like 8 pixels wide. So, you know, about half the block, which is, you know, what a slab in Minecraft is. And yeah, that's just really cool. I actually really like this design for the chair. I don't know. I think having this one with the mangrove and the purple looks cool, but like having this one where it's more kind of like traditional that you'd see in like movies with like a round table or a dining table in like a medieval castle, it definitely fits a lot better. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. So over here we have a railing design for the stairs, you know, pretty simple. We also have railings to kind of overhang and just look over stuff. You might, you know, still need to jump on it to actually look around, but for the most part, this actually works really well. You probably don't want to slide up against the wall or else you can't really get up, but you know, going up and down the stairs, it's definitely really good. So, you know, it definitely looks a lot cleaner than like fences. Gives a bit more detail and depth to the builds. That is amazing. This, I can't really get over the dining table. It's honestly just really amazing. So we're going to kind of go back over here and just look at the fountain. So now we're just going to kind of look at the copper golem statues. So yeah, I kind of saw this on a YouTube short from the official Minecraft channel. I wanted to just rebuild the fountain a little and just actually put the statue there, make it look more ruined and have like the fully oxidized copper golem. And just, yeah, this could work well for like an underground kind of ancient city, or just, you know, ruined city, or just a ruined whatever, right? It's a ruined fountain. So this just looks nice. And so yeah, coming back over here to the shelves, you can see that I have like a traditional brick wall using the pale oak shelves just kind of surrounding it, which looks really nice in my opinion. I think this looks well for like an outdoorsy city vibe. Definitely really nice. But another really cool thing that you could do is if you actually have the banners, you know, in the shape of letters like a V or an S, an E, H, Z, you could definitely make like a much neater looking sign like this, or something like this where it says shop and just have like the little shop stand. And yeah, so this is probably something people are going to utilize a lot of, and it actually probably will incentivize people to make more letter banners, because using, say, like, what is this, like eight banners, it will take up a lot more space as compared to something like this, which only takes up you know, 9 slots. Or of course you can extend it and just make a whole sentence of such. And if you guys are curious on how to make letter banners, or, you know, being able to make a letter in the banner, I'll just leave a link of the website that I use to be able to follow the instructions in the description. So yeah, check that out. And I think that's about it. And yeah, so that is about it. This isn't a normal snapshot showcase or anything. I will wait to do the actual showcase of the new features once the snapshots roll out. I'm sure it'll be big, and I do hope that there is a bit more to the update. So far, it's looking really amazing. This is very revolutionary for builders, especially the copper golem statues. More importantly, actually, the shelves. The shelves are probably going to really be a highlight for this update, even though it's being hyped up for different reasons. But in any case, if you guys did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like, subscribe to keep up to date with more of my content. More videos will be coming out soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.